In this video, I will be addressing a very serious subject matter in relation to a theory about a fictional cartoon character from an animated series. With that being said, suicide is no joke and should not be treated as such. To fully give this subject matter the proper tone and respect that it deserves, I will try and be as serious as possible, but I will still have a humorous tone in my voice. Because I can never be 100% serious with anything. That's just how I am. Suicide is not a joking matter. At first, when I approached this topic and decided to make this video, I wanted to do so in my usual style, off the top of my head reading with no script or structure. But I decided not to do that with such a serious subject matter at hand. You know a video is serious when TVC writes a whole script about it. I have currently just finished watching the first 6 episodes of Steven Universe's future as of writing this script and have a theory to propose about one of the characters and how I believe the show might end her off of. I call it the Pink Diamond Suicide Theory. Real creative title, I know. After watching the titular episode of Volleyball and reading a bunch of your comments, the idea of this video literally smacked me in the face. The general consensus among Pink Diamond fans is that her character development is being shown in reverse, and that she used to be a horrible person but has now gotten better and changed. But one thing that always nagged me at the back of my head was that Pink knew her giving birth to Steven would kill her, yet she was always so eager to do so, and nobody, not even her partner, questioned it. Yes, people were sad after she was gone, and the only person concerned prior to her departure was Pearl, but the whole thing always felt off to me, and I even probably joked or mentioned it in the past about how Rose probably committed suicide by birth. Forgive me for using the word commit. I've read that should not be the term used when reporting on suicide, but that sentence would not have worked if I replaced the word with dead or died. Links to all the resources I used in this video will be linked down below, from several sites that host help hotlines to articles I used while researching how to write on this topic to the actual references I used while researching this video. Also, for transparency's sake, I will be leaving the monetization on this video up because I am not in a financial position to afford turning off monetization or donating to suicide prevention charities. I hope to be able to do so someday, but I'm not there yet, and I feel it's better to be honest than lie about it and do the opposite. To keep this video short and to the point, I will now list the factors and warning signs I believe Pink Diamond, both as herself and Rose Quartz, exhibited before she died by suicide that support my claim. First of all, what are the risk factors? These are factors that might evaluate a child or adolescent's level of suicide risk. We will be analyzing the moment when Pink Diamond was still acting as a diamond, because these were the formative years where one could argue she was more of a child or adolescent in terms of her mannerisms and ways of behaving. Such risk factors include physical or sexual abuse, losses, aggressive behavior / impulsivity, lack of social support / social isolation, poor coping skills, and traumatic events. Now, simply having these risk factors does not automatically mean you are at risk of taking your own life, but it's how you deal and reduce these things that matter. Again, this is where you seek professional help, and if you are suffering or believe you may start to exhibit some signs, then please seek help. Actual honesty time. I grew up in a very rigid society, to put things lightly. I was raised to believe that anyone who commits suicide is weak, and the very act of taking your life is a cowardly thing to do because you are not strong enough to handle life struggles. So imagine my surprise when around the time of my birthday, summer 2019, when I get the irresistible urge to kill myself. I am unable to seek proper help because not only are my finances inadequate, but there is no such thing as suicide prevention in my country, because not only is it a third world country, but the aforementioned "you are weak" mindset is still running rampant. Hell, we don't even have a suicide prevention hotline. But while researching, I saw some WhatsApp numbers set up as my country's hotline numbers, so I'm glad some people from here care, because suicide rates are rising for us. Too, and it's not pretty. I'm doing much better now and have worked through a lot of it thanks to my family and my fiance/future husband. But please get the help you need if you need it, for both of us. Now, on to the next set of points I have to further back up my claims on the pink diamond suicide theory, and that is the warning signs she exhibited and how those were the nails in the coffins for her character, figuratively and literally speaking. We know Rebecca Sugar displayed the diamonds as an abusive and toxic household to portray the cycle of abuse and how it can be passed from generation to generation, how white abused yellow and blue, and how they in turn affected pink and how she reacted to those around her. As so many people have already pointed out in my comment section, children who grew up in an abusive household tend to be more emotionally unstable, prone to develop anger issues, and, you guessed it, have a tendency to act suicidal. People like to think Steven was the one who broke the cycle of abuse by confronting the diamonds, but in actuality, it was Pink who started to thinking and living and tried to do better, but the damage has already been done. And to make matters worse, she started a war for what she believed in and got people killed, an action that has haunted her for years. If only she was strong enough or a better diamond, it wouldn't have come to this. And now comes the warning signs. The several warning signs that can be exhibited are as follows: preoccupation with death.
Each living thing has an entirely unique experience. The sights they see, the sounds they hear, the lives they live are so complicated and so simple. I can't wait for you to join them, because you're going to become something extraordinary. You're going to be a human being. And that's my favorite part.
Not caring about activities that used to matter.
Could you imagine that running a colony would be this dull?
I could imagine it, if you would like me to, my diamond. Spinel? She was Pink Diamond's little playmate. They used to spend ages together in Pink's garden.
Garden?
That's where they used to play.
On Homeworld, Pink was so lonely and sad, but not here. Here, we would play for hours. Every day was so much fun. At least, that's what I thought.
Have episodes of sudden rage and anger.
You remember how she was, with her destructive powers throwing tantrums left and right? She had a scream that could crack the walls.
Talk about feeling trapped, such as saying they cannot see any way out of their current situation.
When a gem is made, it's for a reason. They burst out of the ground already knowing what they're supposed to be, and then that's what they are. Forever. Welcome to Earth! I wish I could just be there.
Becoming increasingly withdrawn from friends, family, and society in general.
No, Rose didn't have a lion, because if Rose had a lion, I would have known about it.
Rose kept many things secret, even from us.
But not from me. I was the one she told everything.
And I'm doing it again, aren't I? And this is why you left, isn't it?
When we thought Pink was shattered, when she abandoned us, I alone was there for you. You'd hurt a fellow diamond?
Didn't we hurt Pink? She was suffering in silence for ages, just like our gems, just like me. And I know you're suffering in silence too.
It means if you try to make this empire perfect, if you just wipe away everything you see as flawed, you lose all the things that make you happy. Like hot dogs.
Or our Pink. White, we used to be close. Don't you remember? When Pink would make us laugh. All those silly things she did for no reason. There was a reason. She wanted us to be happy together. But we weren't. And we're still not.
Talk and act in a way that suggests their life has no sense of purpose.
White is very unhappy with you. If this keeps up, she's going to take away your pearl.
I know. I'm sorry.
Why do you always do this, Pink? Blue and yellow don't care. They never have. This is Pink Diamond's colony. But you're supposed to change. You're never the same, even moment to moment. You're allowed and expected to invent who you are. What an incredible power. The ability to grow up.
When she told the other diamonds she didn't want to go through with the colony, they told her to finish what she started. When she told the other diamonds she wanted to preserve life on Earth, they created the zoo and threw a handful of humans in. She did everything she could as Pink Diamond, but her status meant nothing to Blue and Yellow. So she decided to make a stand as someone they couldn't ignore. Is everything all right, my diamond? You seem troubled.
All this life that's been growing wild here on Earth, none of it will survive my invasion. We're not creating life from nothing. We're taking life and leaving nothing behind.
Forgive me, my diamond. I shouldn't have brought you to such a place.
No, I needed to see this.
And put their affairs in order.
A human being. A human is an action. I wonder how you'll be, what you'll think, what you'll want. Oh, I'm so happy for everyone who's going to know you. I'm rambling.
I think she felt like she had to confess everything to me, but I told her, the past is the past. All that matters to me is who you are now. And who she was an incredible, loving being.
I'm going to stay and fight for this planet. You don't have to do this with me.
Stephen, you know that isn't true. In the tape I left you, I told you how much I wanted to have you and let you exist. Do you think what I said to you in the tape was a lie?
And that's my final proof. I feel like that message that Rose recorded for Stephen, that was her suicide note.
Stephen, we can't both exist. I'm going to become half of you.
Hey, Rose!
Take care of them, Stephen.
She talks about the beauty of life and the living creatures around her, then talks about how she cannot continue to exist in this world, and then leaves off with a request that those she loves being taken care of. Do you feel chills? Do you feel teary? Or sick? Because this may not even be the direction the show is going in. But I can't help interpreting Pink Diamond's character this way now. The image is imprinted in my subconscious now. Or hey, this all might just be a metaphor for childbirth instead, and how sometimes women involved can die from it, and I'm just overthinking things. But I just can't shake off the unease I feel whenever I see how gleeful Pink/Rose was at the thought of giving birth to Steven, fully well knowing that that would be the end of her. She even misled her friends into believing she would be fine because they assumed Rose was somehow trapped in her gem when Steven was an infant. Only after she was gone did they understand the gravity of what she did. Don't get me wrong, I believe Rose had the full 100% intention of bringing life and Steven into this world.
I can't. I can't. She wanted this so much. I just don't understand why.
But she saw that this method might have been the best way for her to go without having people be opposed to it, and met little to no resistance. That's all I have to say on this topic, my dear viruses. I am mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted just from writing the script. Any and all thoughts you might have, I would love to read about them in the comment section down below. I eagerly await to hear your thoughts about this, and I hope I did this subject matter justice. Please, again, look for help if you need it, and all my resource links will be listed down below. But with that being said, this is TVC. Signing out.